Black Lives Matter.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
UFC 250 just happened in Las Vegas this past June 6th, headlined by Amanda Nunes, the GOAT of GOATs, against Felicia Spencer for the 145-pound belt. The second card, I think now, from the Apex Theater. Great card, by the way. Just top to bottom, a lot of fun, a lot of great fights, a lot of quick finishes, a lot of highlight reel finishes in this fight. Amanda Nunes, of course, beat Spencer, win all 5 rounds, but it was a dominant performance from Amanda Nunes. She just, in every way, had the utmost control of that fight, and it was a great win for her. I mean, by far the most dominant champion, currently for sure, but in the history of the UFC, defending both belts, which nobody has done. A lot of people have, gotten the moniker of the champ, but immediately either were relinquished or had the belt taken away because they weren't able to defend. But she's been able to defend, go up and down. And this one was no different from all the other fights. A great performance from her. I have no idea who would be next. I mean, 135-pound division, definitely there's a lot more potential, a lot more possibilities in that weight class than 145 pounds. We'll see. Cody Garbrandt had an amazing fight back. He looked fast as hell. And that knockout punch was just ridiculous. It was just, there's a lot of these memes that come out where they overlay animation on top of UFC fighting. That's one where you could see the energy when he reached back, reached all the way down. It's almost like seeing the Black Beast will do that too. Derek Lewis, he's known for kind of just energizing that fist and letting it fly, but from Cody Garbrandt, it was the perfect shot. Man, just crazy, especially coming after the Sean O'Malley walk-away knockout. I mean, Sean looked amazing as well. Just as soon as when you watch the replay of the Sean O'Malley knockout, his body goes relaxed before Eddie Wineland's body even hits the canvas. That's how much he knew that it was over, and it was over, man. He knocked out Eddie Wineland, and that's almost become a signature thing for Sean O'Malley. I mean, I guess maybe it's only second time he's done it on the Contender Series. He had a walk-away knockout, but just amazing. I can't wait to see him in his next fight. There's a lot of bantamweights fought last night, and last night as I record this. Aljamain Sterling looked great against Corey Sandhagen, got this super fast submission. Neil Magny looked great. Kind of a close fight, but definitely dominated that third round and got the decision, which was good, because you never know with these judges. They could have scored the first 2 rounds. I mean, DC was scoring. DC, he's fine. DC was fine. The telestrator, a little bit too much, man. I have no desire to see the telestrator. It doesn't add anything to the recap of a scenario. You can just use your words. You don't have to poorly produce little highlighted segments and arrows and things. It's just that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. He likes to do it, but it doesn't fit. It just it seems like the clunkiest aspect of the production, which the UFC far and away has an amazing production of how they display and produce these shows, and that telestrator really makes it look horrible. But he loves to do it, man. And yeah, so great main card. The pay-per-view card was amazing. Super fast main card. I mean, there was only 2 decisions, the main event and then the Neil Magny fight, which the Magny fight was good. Caceres versus Chase Hooper. Exposed Chase Hooper's lacking in stand-up, but he still was never out of it. I mean, he lasted all 5 rounds. He was able to get the clinch a few times or pull guard a few times, but wasn't really able to do anything with it. Caceres was his experience really showed. But I mean, Alex Caceres, I still think he's a gatekeeper. I don't see him making a run for the belt. But you never know. You never know. I mean, it wasn't like a dominant win. Chase Hooper didn't have anything for Caceres, but Caceres also wasn't able. He didn't get a finish. He could have potentially got that knockdown in the first round, but he didn't follow it up with anything. So I don't know. I love Alex Caceres. I've been a fan of his ever since he started, and it's just kind of been a bummer to see kind of the ups and downs and his inability to really string some wins together. Or really, I mean, I guess he's gotten better. He's not as flashy as he used to be, but I don't know. I don't know what the thing is about him and what's keeping him from really hitting that next gear, but it seems like he hasn't hit that next gear yet. And maybe he will. You never know. I mean, took forever for Bisping to become champion, had some ups and downs in his career. So he could definitely pull it together. You never know. The sport's crazy. Yeah, just overall, great night of fights. The Kelleher-Stamann fight was very emotional. Stamann lost his brother recently. But yeah, overall, great night of fights. I had a lot of fun watching them, as per usual. But yeah, great, just amazing. Like it's crazy when so many of the fights have like highlight finishes. It's just insane. It's just insane. It was a great main card. Be interesting to see how popular the card was, considering the mass protests that are going on everywhere. But still, nonetheless, a great card. And I don't mind that there's no crowd. I mean, they definitely would have been a crazy crowd with all those finishes, but I was watching at home. Like I loved it, man. I still loved it. Like being there, probably for the fighters, it's completely different, but being the selfish person at home, I enjoyed it. So next week is another fight night. I versus Calvillo, again from the Apex. It's June 13th. Jessica I versus Calvillo. Calvillo's going up to flyweight, which is interesting. I don't know. I think she's going up to flyweight. Is that right? Was she fighting a different? I'm pretty sure she's going up a weight class in this one. Jessica I, kind of two fighters. I don't know if Jessica I has gotten a win since her last. She had the title fight. But should be an interesting fight because they're both two fighters that have no quit in them. Carl Robertson versus Marvin Vittori, which I think was a fight that was pulled from Florida. So I think so that had some blood because I know one of the dudes was not very happy with the inability for the guy to make weight, and another guy, Ray Borg, who's well known for not making weight, is fighting against Merab Dvalishvili. I would imagine Dvalishvili is going to get it. I mean, if there's a betting line, I would put money on Ray Borg not making weight. I don't know how often he's done it in his career, but it seems like something that's a trend for him. Andre Touchy-Feely is fighting. Mark De La Rosa. Some fun fights. ESPN Plus. It's a fight night, so not a whole lot on the line, but still a ton of bantamweights. There was like 3 or 4 bantamweights in the last card, and a bunch of bantamweights in this card. It's going to be interesting, especially with the vacant belt. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the shot at the belt and how that whole division shakes out. Just a fun division in general, especially you got O'Malley coming up through there. It's going to be amazing. I wouldn't mind seeing O'Malley versus any of them, actually. it's going to be interesting to see how he performs, even with tougher competition. Not that Wineland's not tough competition, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if he has any kind of difficulties, because he doesn't seem to be having any thus far. But yeah, should be a fun card. UFC Fight Night, I versus Calvillo, and UFC 250 was fun. No sponsors this week. I want everybody to go focus on the issues at hand, the protests that are going on in the streets. Go support the good people of this country that are fighting the good fight. Make your voice heard, and let's all become better people. Share love. Share love. So much hate in the world. It's time we make a change, and we support love, and we fight for the good things, and make sure equality is something we can all enjoy in this country. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. Follow the show at Ray Taylor Show on Instagram. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!